evening. All right, let's go ahead and get right into today's information. As we know, there is officially a government shutdown. Okay, and that's what this video is about. Government shutdown 2025. What does that mean for your money? What does that mean for loans? What does that mean for your credit score? Let's get right into it. All right. So, of course, the first things first. All right. In this video, I'm going to break down a few things. Okay. I'm going to break down what a government shutdown means right now for you. Okay. How this affects banks, loans, and of course, how that may impact your credit score. Not directly, but of course, indirectly with, things that is connected to. And also at the end of this video, I'm going to show you all what you need to do right now during a government shutdown. Okay. Let's get right into it. All right. So, first things first, what is a government shutdown? What does that mean? Okay, let's break that down first. That means that the government is closing a lot of offices because money hasn't been approved to run them. Okay, things have to be approved in order to run them. Okay, next, banks are still open. Okay, so a lot of banks are still going to be open. Your bank, most credit unions, we'll talk about that in a second, and credit cards are still going to work like normal. Okay, you can still use your money and you can still pay your bills. Okay. All right. So just want to make sure we get that out the way so you guys won't start getting into like panic mode. Okay. All right. But let's continue because there are things that's going to be affected. By the way, we can help you increase your credit score as well too. So if you're looking to go into home ownership, increase your credit score or lower your car payment, we can look at your credit report and create a custom game plan for you. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to learn more. All right. So now, first things first, is going to be the biggest factor. That's going to be loan delays. Okay. There's going to be loan delays, home loans specifically. Okay. So home loans that are backed by the government. Okay. So most home buyers go FHA. That's where you put 3.5% down. That's going to be affected. Okay. Veteran administration loans, also known as VA loans, that's going to be affected as well. Okay. USDA loans. Okay. That's going to be affected as well. Okay. So make sure you guys get this information. All right. Now, small business loans are going to be affected. Okay. So let me take a step back. With home loans, some of you all right now are either looking for a home. Some of you all may be in the process of closing on a home. Some of you all may be in the underwriting process of closing on a home. That process may slow down because there are things that are happening on the back end that people that essentially can slow that entire process down. Okay. Then, of course, next is going to be small business loans. Okay. Now, SBA loans may not get approved until things open back up. Again, if you're in the process of getting an SBA loan, if you're in the process of sending documents for an SBA loan, it may not get approved until things open back up. Okay. So now also, if you're in a flood area or if you need to get flood insurance, there's different approval processes that happen on the back end for some homes. That process, that approval can get stuck as well. Why does this matter? Because someone may be changing, they may be changing flood zones in your area. Your insurance may have changed because of that. And if it's in limbo, then that means you may not be able to get that approval. Okay. So there is obviously some rain and things of that sort. So that may affect some people. If you're in the home buying process and you're buying a property that's in a flood zone, these are things that people don't think about. And if you're in a flood zone, you have to have flood insurance in order to close on your mortgage. So if that doesn't get approved, you essentially will be waiting. Now, we don't know how long this is going to take, but you won't be able to do that until that process continues. Okay. Next is going to be student loans. Let's talk about student loans. In the event of a government shutdown, borrowers would still be required to make monthly payments. Okay. So if you or someone that you know has student loans, you would still be required to make the monthly payments on the outstanding student loan debt. Okay. They're still approving student loans in general. But again, just letting you know, because the student loans are backed by the government, we want to make sure that people are still making the payments on their student loans. Okay. Next, credit unions are going to be affected, but only if they have government workers. Okay. Credit unions with government workers. Now, some of you all should have woken up to at least an email, a text message that's automated from your bank. Okay. So now, if members don't get paychecks, okay, they might need more help like payment plans or short-term loans. I'm going to say this again. If you are a member of a credit union that has government workers, okay, if members don't get paychecks, they may need more help like payment plans or short-term loans, okay? So again, we got to make sure that people are getting this information. Next is going to be less watchdogs. Okay, less watchdogs. So, like the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB, some offices that check on banks and credit scores, okay, or I'm sorry, just credit institutions in general, they may have fewer workers. So, rules and checks may happen a little bit slower. Okay, so make sure you guys get that information as well. All right, next is going to be, okay, now big picture money news. So this is like pretty much the overall big picture. When people are talking about the economy and finance and things of that sort, so things like reports about jobs, spending, and the economy that might be on pause because the information is going to be outdated. That makes it harder for banks to guess where interest rates should go. So, because of this, interest rates could jump up and down more than usual. Okay. Interest rates could jump up and down more than usual. Okay. Now, of course, today is day one. So, we're going to see how long this goes. And then, as things start to change, we'll keep everyone posted along the way. Okay. We'll keep everyone posted along the way. All right. Now, let's continue. Okay. Now, who's going to be what group of people are going to be hurt the most? What group of people are going to be hurt the most? The group of people that's going to be hurt the most is going to be number one, federal workers who don't get paid on time. Okay. Federal workers that don't get paid on time. Number two is going to be government contractors. Okay. Government contractors that are waiting for money. They're going to be affected as well. Government contractors that are waiting for money, they're going to be affected as well. All right. Next is they may have to use credit cards or loans to get by. And I'm going to talk about that because you don't want to get into a panic. Of course, everyone's situation is different, but again, you want to make sure that you guys are not panic spending, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Now, if the shutdown lasts too long, what does that mean? That means that there's going to be more delays for loans. That means there's going to be higher risk. There's going to be a higher risk of missed payments. Okay, it's going to be a higher risk of missed payments, and then also credit may get harder or more expensive for everyone, depending on how long this lasts. Because if interest rates go back up, it's going to cost more to borrow money. All right. It's going to make things more expensive. So we're going to see how long this lingers on. We're going to keep everyone posted. Now, if you haven't wrote any of this down, here's what you need to make sure that you get the information. Okay, let's continue. Now, what you should do during a government shutdown. What you should do during a government shutdown. Okay, number one is keep paying your bills on time as best as you can. I know some of you all, you're in a situation where you're not able to pay certain things at a certain time. Okay, so you got to make sure things make sense. Even if the government is closed, late payments can still hurt your credit score. Okay. Now, if your money is being tied up, let's say, for example, you work for a company and you work for something that's government related, okay, and you're not getting your paychecks, that could be a big deal. Okay, you're not able to pay rent, you're not able to pay a car note, whatever that is, you have to let them know that you are a government affiliated employee. You have to let them know that in advance. If you don't, it's going to most definitely affect some things and slow some things down. Next, save some extra cash. Try to keep a little bit of money set aside in case paychecks or loans get delayed. Okay, save some extra cash. Try to keep a little bit of money set aside in case paychecks or loans get delayed, guys. Make sure you get this information. Next is talk to your lender early. If you're in the process, if we're not just talking about a home lender, okay? We're talking about auto loans, mortgage loans, credit cards, anything that you pay, anything on a monthly basis, talk to them early. If you're worried about missing a payment, call your bank or credit card company before it happens. They may have some type of program. I logged into my bank account earlier today and it said, hey, are you being affected by the government shutdown? They're asking you in advance. That way they're not reporting late payments. Make sure you all are on top of this. Okay. All right. Next is plan extra time for loans. If you're buying a house or getting a government loan, expect it to take longer. If you're buying a house or getting a government loan, expect it to take longer. Okay. Next is don't panic spend. We talked about this. Now, today is day one. Today is day one. And hopefully things get sorted out and we don't have to worry about this. But if this lingers on, you're going to see an impact. I'm telling you this. So don't panic spend. Using too much credit because of fear can hurt you later. Stick to the basics: food, housing, and of course, your monthly bills. Now, you can also ask them for if they have a forbearance or skip a payment, but make sure they're not going to report anything late to your credit report. Okay. Now, some banks and credit unions let you pause a payment if your income is delayed. Okay. So, but make sure that they're not reporting a late payment just because you're getting that delay. Okay. Does that make sense? So, want to make sure you guys got it. All right. Now, also, too, now, of course, we are the goal is we want to make sure that you guys know this information ahead of time, but we can help you accomplish your credit goals as well. OK, but either way, let's go into some questions. I'm assuming just want to make sure no one has any questions about any of this that is going on. There's a lot that's going on in general, but I wanted to make sure you guys got this information today here as well. Okay. And if you're looking to accomplish your credit goals faster, that's why we stay on top of these things, so we can make sure it's not affecting your credit score. It's not affecting your credit report. It's not affecting your credit goals. It's not affecting your money. Okay. So again, one of my clients asked me this question, says, hey, how will this affect me while I'm going through the home buying process? How will this affect the banks? How will this affect my loan? How will this affect my money? I said, man, I got to go ahead and drop a video on this. Okay. But either way, that's the information I wanted to get you guys out today. Okay. So again, thank you all for being here. I want to make sure you guys got the information. All right. I'm assuming I don't see any questions about this. So we'll go ahead and then wrap it up. But again, if you all know someone that is a government employee or they get like there's government affiliation, things of that sort, they need to know about this. So make sure you share this video with them as well. All right. But thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see